Well, happy Easter for all those who were celebrating. I hope you had a great long weekend. We're back into the real world here, and the news continues. Federal politics has slowed down a little bit in recent days. That often happens at this time of the year. All eyes right now are on the provinces, with the exception of the Atlantic provinces and the far north, which are all still doing great. Thumbs up to you guys. The rest of us are having a problem here. We've known for a while that there was a danger that there was going to be the so-called race between the vaccines and the variants. Right now, the variants seem to be winning. The problem is, I think a lot of our strategy assumed that the third wave was going to look a lot like the first two waves, and what it was going to wipe out the over 80s. It was going to give a rough ride to the over 70s. It was going to be worrisome for the over 60s. And the rest of us didn't have to worry about it. Real life isn't turning out this way. These variants seem to be attacking the younger population as well. What are we going to do about it? Something I've warned more than once. I've talked about it here. I've written about it. This is now going to become a provincial problem. The federal government, I have been very critical of them on the issue of vaccine procurement. Right now, though, they are overperforming. They are ahead of where their plans said they would be. This does what I warned it would do. It puts the pressure on the provinces. If the provinces are getting vaccines and not using them, or not using them effectively, and we'll talk about that in a minute, you can't blame Ottawa when Ottawa is delivering more supply than they had told the provinces to expect. This is not a defense of the federal effort. Partisans are going to take it that way. Grow up. I don't mean it that way. I agree, there were a lot of problems in the federal vaccine efforts. But right now, they're doing better than they told the provinces they would do. This puts the onus on the provinces to get those vaccines out the door. My home province right now of Ontario is wondering if we have the wrong strategy. Is vaccinating in descending order of age the right strategy when the virus is now attacking younger populations? Probably not. We probably should pivot. We probably should pick a new strategy. This is going to slam us, though, bodily right into the boards. One of those classic Canadian problems. We do not live in a country that is fast. There are very few Canadian government programs at any level, federal, provincial, municipal, that are fast. This is a country where we decide we're going to do something, and we decide as the first step to do it, we're going to come up with a plan of how to do it, and we give ourselves a 5-year timeline on that plan. You know, I like to joke that I've been promised national childcare by the Liberals since I was a child. I live in Toronto, where there's a transit project that might open, that, you know, we've been talking about since I was a teenager, that I think will probably be open when my kids are teenagers. This is fairly routine in this country. We have to maybe pivot right now on the fly. We've got more supplies of vaccine coming in than we expected. We've got a changing situation on the ground. What are we going to do with it? Are we actually going to be able to make this pivot? Maybe. But if you have much experience watching Canadian public policy, you're probably not betting the farm on it.